What is up, everyone? PlutoCoffins is here, the host of the Bull Session podcast. There's going to be no It's KDHD today. It's going to be a solo episode, because I want it that way, motherfuckers. He'll be back, though. But, I'm still getting used to lifting up heavy shit all day, or, here lately it ain't really been all that heavy, but it's been alright. But, so I've been tired a lot. That's why it took me forever to pump out the 31st episode of the Bull Session podcast. That's why it's been like 2 weeks. I was pumping one out like every 4 days or 5 days or so. But, I'm tired now. I don't want to do that shit. But I've been uploading a lot of public domain stuff. Because, why not? I mean, it's in the public domain. It'll get views. It's good content, most of it. I'm gonna fucking upload it. It's my channel. I want it to be like a TV channel type deal, type shit. Like a streaming, as close to a streaming service as a YouTube channel can get. My own content, the Bull Session podcast, and you got the public domain videos, you got the shorts, you got the live streams. Speaking of which, I'm getting close to finishing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, so I was wondering what y'all thought I should play for my next video game, because GTA 4 is not on the PS5 or 4, so it's going to be hard to stream that one. I'm going to have to figure something out with that one. Same thing with Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories. I think I figured out a way to play GTA Advance, so that's in the works. Fallout Shelter, that's also in the works. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the channel updates. But let's get into the videos. Got a lot to cover today.
Over now, keep me coming back for more. Baby, you're all I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe.
That Down syndrome child. 499 people are born without Down syndrome, but he is that 1 in 500.
If you believe we have...
Alright, let's get into the real shit. This is a bit old news now because I've waited forever to cover this podcast. This is like a week old news, but whatever. I'm going to cover it. Whistleblower says U.S. has found non-human pilots during UFO hearing. Huh. Let's see.
have crashed craft stated earlier. Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries.
Who the fuck is Mr. Goosh? That's my first question. Never heard of him. Well, actually, I've looked into this story a little bit. Apparently, he was like in the Air Force or something, right? So what? Doesn't mean he ain't lying, right? Doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's talking about, right? Doesn't mean he's not doing this for publicity, right? Anyways, let's let him say his spiel.
Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Exactly, because he's got no proof, because he's making an extraordinary claim. Hey, we have non-human biologic pilots that were piloting a craft. Isn't that crazy? Dolphins don't do that shit. What was piloting that craft? It was a non-human. But when it comes to the evidence, he's like, did you see his face? Like, look.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific
Look at his mouth. He went,
documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Exactly, because he's got no evidence that these aliens are even real. It's all bullshit. It's all baloney. It's all to distract you. It's government lies. That's all this bullshit is. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Could we have been somebody
Oh,
else?
God.
You're taking a right turn instead of a
Oh
left.
god, he was terrible in
Or
Jurassic
taking the
Park.
place with the hot tub.
God damn it,
Or
I
the
gotta
one
watch this
uptown.
fucking...
Downtown. Could we be
Fuck this
fabulous
guy.
or fantabulous?
He was good in the first Jurassic Park.
Place to find a
Yes.
place.
Jeff Goldblum.
Investigation
That's
of
who he
former
is.
President Donald Trump. A federal
Hold up, Mr. Co-host. This is my current co-host, the news guy. This video is called "Trump Indicted on Charges Related to Efforts to Overturn the 2020 Election." So, like, to be honest, I kind of find it laughable. They call it insurrection because it was just like, it was a riot and they just stormed the Capitol and like threw a bunch of shit on the ground like a bunch of teenagers. Right? So like, I kind of find that laughable. That being said, there's evidence that he was rigging the election. Like, you know how he was claiming in like 2016 when he won, he was like, if I lose, the election's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. Right? And then in 2020, he's like, it's rigged, stop the steal and all that shit. Well, apparently in 2020, he knew he was going to lose and he had fake ballot casters and all that shit. But anyways, this is the third indictment, right? I don't know how many fucking charges he has at this time, like 89, 70, 100. I don't know. He's got upwards of 60 fucking charges, right? Way more than that, right? He got indicted for the paying off for the sex scandal shit. He got indicted for, what was the second indictment? The classified documents indictment, and then now he's been indicted for efforts to overturn the 2020 election by literally trying to rig the election that he was claiming was rigged against him, because, you know, he's a hypocrite and he's a con man, and that's, you know, he's gonna go down as I don't know if the worst, because James Buchanan is pretty bad considering the Civil War and all that, but he's gonna go down as one of the worst presidents in history, and it might, you know, he might go to prison, right? He might go to prison for the rest of his life, and we'll have a president that went to prison for the rest of his life. That's crazy. And even if he doesn't go to prison, he's gonna have to pay giant fines, right? He's gonna maybe go bankrupt again. I don't know.
Investigation of former President Donald Trump. A federal grand jury has now criminally indicted the former president out of the special counsel's investigation into his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The 45-page indictment begins by saying the former president lost the 2020 election, knew he lost, and then for months spread lies that there had been...
Okay. They're gonna have to prove that, though. How are you gonna prove he knew he lost? Maybe he said shit. I don't know. But, you know, I thought it was, because there's a story after this that we're going to cover that'll explain what I was talking about. But I was under the impression he was actually trying to rig the election. Let's hear him again.
The 45-page indictment begins by saying the former president lost the 2020 election, knew he lost, and then for months spread lies that there had been outcome-determinative fraud in the election and that he had actually won it. The indictment charges Trump with 4 counts: conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction, an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. The indictment laying out a detailed timeline and state-by-state efforts to...
Okay, but wait. Unless, I guess you could prove he knew he lost the election. That's true. You can prove and I said earlier, he knew he was going to lose the election, so, I mean, there's evidence there, right? If you can prove in court, which is different than a fucking YouTube video, if you can prove in court that he knew that he lost the election and still was doing that shit, okay, I can see charges being brought about. But, like, other than that, it's just free speech, in my opinion, right?
appoint illegal electors.
For this batch of charges. For the other charges, he's guilty, right? So far, like, I've read into this a little bit more. I watched some secular talk videos, and the way he's describing it is very different than ABC News.
And influence local officials to change the outcome in their states. And it also lists 6 unnamed co-conspirators. The indictment alleges Trump attempted to enlist Vice President Mike Pence to obstruct the certification
Okay, I can see the case again. I drank a fucking 2 tall boys before this. But fucking, there you go. He's got co-conspirators. There you go.
the election results, and that the violent attack on the Capitol on January 6th was fueled by lies, and as you heard Jack Smith say right here moments ago, lies by the defendant. Special counsel Jack Smith making that rare appearance before the cameras, calling the attack on our nation's Capitol on January 6th an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. The former president has been asked to appear in federal court Thursday at 4 p.m. to be arraigned on these charges. Our team standing by, including our reporter who just talked with the former president. His reaction here in a moment. But we begin with our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, tonight.
Tonight, Donald Trump, former president of the United States, indicted for allegedly trying to subvert
Oh my God, they just repeat the same shit over and over again. Get to the fucking point.
democracy and overturn the will of American voters in the 2020 election because he was determined to remain in power.
Today, an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with conspiring to defraud the United States, conspiring to disenfranchise voters, and conspiring and attempting to obstruct an official proceeding.
He did disenfranchise voters. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm disenfranchised and I wasn't even a part of all that, and I'm a fucking liberal, right? Fucking, like, the whole system's a sham, and even if he were to destroy it, so what? Right? Even if he was to destroy our democracy, so fucking what? It's already been destroyed. It's already a plutocracy. Like, or an oligarchy, right? The rich run the country. The politicians are bought out by the rich. Our votes don't even fucking matter. Like, I really don't care about all this indictment shit. The only thing that's exciting for me is that this is like American history, right? And it would be really cool to see a president go to prison, especially a president I don't like that much. So, you know, fuck it. Like, why not? It'd be a cool thing to see in my life.
Trump informed of the sweeping indictment just before it was unsealed. The charges outlined in the sweeping indictment. Prosecutors say Trump spread lies that there had been outcome determinative fraud in the election and that he had actually won.
You see, it would be free speech. You got to prove that he knew they were false if you're going that route. You're gonna, in the next video, you'll see what I'm talking about with the rigging of the election.
These claims were false, and the defendant knew they were false. Still, they say Trump worked to create an intense national atmosphere of mistrust and anger and erode public faith in the administration of the election. The indictment going methodically, state by state, accusing Trump and his unnamed co-conspirators of creating fraudulent slates of electors in 7 states, of trying to compel the Justice Department to sham election crime investigations, of pressuring Vice President Mike Pence to reject legitimate electoral votes on January 6th, and ultimately sending his supporters to the Capitol to obstruct the certification proceeding and exert pressure on the vice president.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and
He's fucking nuts. I love it. Like, I really do. It's a giant circus, and I love it. He's fucking nuts. And he's got his circus of people who are just as fucking nuts as him.
fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Smith's indictment.
See, I don't think that statement alone, I don't think that's enough to charge him with an insurrection. And also, they stormed the Capitol building and like threw podiums on the ground and took pictures. Okay, like it wasn't like it wasn't like in 1774 when the Boston Massacre occurred. You know what I mean? That's not what happened.
Been documenting dozens of Trump's alleged lies and the pressure he put on Republican state officials, In a phone call, Trump pushing Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to find the votes he needed.
Raffensperger.
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the
Oh, shit. That's the smoking gun.
state.
Prosecutors allege Trump's criminal scheme culminated on January 6th with what they call the president's exploitation of the violence and chaos at the Capitol.
Pierre Thomas leading us off here. And before I bring in Pierre, I just want to read from the first
Hell no, that ain't fucking free speech. The motherfucker said, I guess it's unrelated to the stuff he said before, but the motherfucker did say, I want to find 11,000 votes. Like, come on. How can you make it more black and white, dude? Yes, charge him with it. I don't know about that whole insurrection shit, but charge him with the trying to subvert democracy, because he was trying to rig the election. You know what I mean?
paragraph of this 45-page indictment. Despite having lost, Jack Smith writes that the defendant, Donald Trump, was determined to remain in power. So for more than 2 months following Election Day on November 3rd, 2020, the defendant spread lies that there had been outcome-determinative fraud in the election and that he had actually won. These claims were false, and the defendant knew that they were false, but the defendant repeated it anyway. Let's bring in Pierre Thomas. Pierre, a key part of this, along with the rest of our team, a key part of this is this notion Jack Smith and the team will, in prosecuting the former president, make the case that he knew he had lost.
Oh my God, we get it. They like to draw this shit out, bro.
Lost the election.
He had every reason to understand that he lost. He was informed repeatedly, David, that there was no wide-scale fraud, that there was no way that he could win the election. And then the special counsel is making the case that he went.
All right, I'm bored. Next video. You guys get the point. You guys understand. You guys have seen the news. I don't need to spend a fucking eternity on a fucking 9-minute NBC fucking or ABC, whatever the fuck it was, news video where they just draw the shit out. Y'all saw the smoking gun. On to the next fucking video. Michigan Attorney General criminally charged 16 fake electors linked to 2020 election. Huh. Were they 16 fake electors for Biden or for Trump? Let's find out.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, criminal charges linked to the 2020 presidential election are sending shockwaves through Michigan's political landscape. Attorney General Dana Nessel made her case against 16 fake electors, public just 24 hours ago. Now, those suspects come from all levels of the state's Republican Party. Our Paula Tutman has been looking.
Republican? The Republican Party? Oh my God, it's Trump. Trump did it.
Into the charges and what they mean. Paula.
Yeah, hi. There's a lot to dissect here, but obviously these 16 Michiganders who are charged with these felonies, they are being charged as so-called fake
felonies. They're being charged with felonies. Cool. And also, like, back to the Trump thing, I never understood why, like, they prosecuted all those people for storming in, but, like, the president was totally cool with it. He should have got charged with that too, right? So I'm kind of glad he's like, I like seeing a downfall of a prominent public figure, especially an authoritarian figure, So it's nice to see his downfall.
electors who tried to steal votes, according to the Attorney General, to keep Donald Trump in office.
That the defendants knowingly made, filed, or published a false document for a purpose under Michigan election law and acted with the intent to defraud.
Charges include conspiracy to commit forgery, uttering and publishing, conspiracy to commit election law forgery, and
there they are. Criminals, felons, rigging the election for Donald Trump. Look at their faces. Guilty as fuck. You can tell they're guilty as fuck. You can tell they're corrupt. Especially that bitch on the second left one on the top. You can really tell she's corrupt. Look at her fucking face. It's plastic. And the one below her too. Plastic. Plastic people.
and election law forgery. If convicted, the defendants could face as many as 80 years in jail. Constitutional
life sentences. Holy shit, they could face 80 years in jail. They probably won't, but fuck, that's a lot.
Expert and associate professor at Oakland University, Professor Diane Hartmus explains.
Conspiracy to commit election law forgery means they were working together. Forgery, uttering and publishing, which means writing bad checks and passing them off.
The Attorney General alleges that the 16 met in the basement of the Michigan Republican headquarters on December 14th, 2020.
Holy shit, they met in a fucking basement, some Julius Caesar type shit. The fuck?
And signed their names to certificates.
What? Why would you be signing your names? The fuck's wrong with you? Fucking rookie criminals? Like, everyone knows you don't sign your own name when you're committing a felony. You wear gloves and a ski mask, you fucking ding-dongs.
Declaring that Donald Trump won Michigan, when in fact it was Joe Biden who actually won the state with 2,804,040 votes, or 50.6% of the vote, to Donald Trump's 2,649,852 votes, which was 47.8% of the vote.
Also, back to whenever Trump was like, I need 11,000 votes. Ooh. There you go. At least in Michigan, they were able to get enough evidence to charge people with fake electors. For Trump, no less. The guy who was saying the fucking election was rigged.
Once the popular vote is in the state Board of Canvassers certifies who has won the popular vote. That determines are the.
Okay, look. Do y'all see how slow this bitch is fucking talking? You can see that the electors, like, look.
The State Board of Canvassers certifies who has won the.
The State Board electors certifies who the. Like, seriously, bitch, speed the fuck up.
Once the popular.
Watch it one more time. Look how slow this fucking bitch is. Jesus Christ. Like, and then you wonder why the fucking Republicans are saying this shit's fake news. When the bitch is reading this slow, seems like she's reading from a teleprompter, you know what I mean?
Vote is in the state Board of Canvassers certifies who has won the popular vote.
You see that little look around she did? She's like, ooh.
That determines who are the official electors.
Bitch is having a stroke. I've ruined the entire whatever the fuck she's saying, but shit, it's funny to me.
For the state. For this slate of allegedly fake.
Get this bitch some medical attention. Like, for real. Y'all get the point on this video, too. I'm done with this bitch. She needs medical attention. We're gonna skip the rest of this video. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's John Campbell. Speaking of John Campbell, I forgot to mention this earlier. I'm gonna do the John Campbell episode of the Bull Session podcast, where I cover every single video that I can find, because he posts like 100 fucking shorts a day, and I'm in like 10 of them. But fucking every single video I can find where he talks about me, PlutoCoffins, where he talks about me. And I'm going to make the Bull Session John Campbell episode where I respond to all those videos. And after that, you know, I'm going to slow down on watching this motherfucker, because he posts too much. He's getting a little stale. Honestly, he's a little annoying. But let's watch a few of his videos anyways, because these ones aren't too bad. Well, I see he's embraced the being a retard part of his content. You know, that's always good to see. You know, someone embracing who they are. You know. Ah, shit. This one's funny. This one's funny as fuck. Well done, he earned it, asshole. Hashtag autism. Hashtag heavy metal. The cult of Alex Jones. Infowar fans. Exclamation point. This one's funny because look, he's sitting here like, here, I'll read some of it. He's texting celebrate recovery Toledo, Illinois. Interesting. Caring unless you're going to do something about it. Final that the bottom line cause George Washington said so. Don't like it? You can try Iran. They throw you off rooftops. I have no idea. Then the other guy's like, I have no idea what you're saying or trying to say. And he puts like the laugh emoji on his Facebook shit and he says, too bad, loser. Not mine. Enjoy. You earned it. He thinks he more adult than me. Lol. And then look what happens. This beauty happens in the video.
I love this. His response is, I have no idea what you're saying. Like he's an idiot, you know. Like he doesn't understand George Washington, you know.
George Washington.
This is so fun. I'd rather be doing that. He earned it.
Did you all just see what happened? Look, let's rewind it. Let's rewind it a little bit. Look at the little bubble where the celebrate recovery like last message seen. Y'all use Facebook Messenger. You can see the little bubble on the right hand side, right above John Campbell's last message. But then look how fast he ends the video once he reads the message.
This is so fun. I'd rather be doing that.
He quits talking. He's like, oh shit. Watch.
This is so fun. I'd rather be doing that. He earned it.
Gotta end the video. Can't have him reply live on video and have him school my ass. What's this one? When you get to heaven, ask for Michael at room 201. Here's your sign, PlutoCoffin. This one's about me. Oh, it's my messages. I'll read it too. Can you explain how faith exists? Do you have all the answers? And I said, nope. Faith is bullshit, though. Faith is belief without evidence. Faith is stupid. Still better than being lost on purpose, John Campbell says.
Most atheists know that faith is belief without evidence.
Now watch this beautiful man type his message. There your proof. Oh wait, that one's not good enough. Gotta delete it. There your sign. Oh no, that one ain't good enough. Gotta delete all of it this time. Here's what he decides to send. Here's sign emoji. Watch this beautiful man in action.
I mean, he's overthinking faith, you know.
You're overthinking a goddamn, like, 3 words. Like, what do you mean I'm overthinking faith? I'm not overthinking shit. You're overthinking 3 words over here, you fucking buffoon.
And that's what happened.
Oh, this one's funny too. This one's hilarious, actually. Amen. With the praying emoji. Notice how he's like looking around like he's scared, like he heard something in the house, maybe like a ghoul or a demon or something, right? Let's watch it again.
First off, I submit to Jesus Christ, so therefore the devil has to flee. So, in Jesus Christ's name, plead the blood of Jesus Christ over my channel and my views and my videos. In Jesus' name, they are protected. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Bro, my man just prayed to Jesus to protect his goddamn YouTube videos. Like, what? In Jesus' name, my videos are protected. Alright, this is the last one we're going to cover for the show. Our rights. UPC Church, Toledo, Illinois. Exclamation point.
Dude, it was...
Hold up. He's posting a fucking review, and it says it's a 1-star review to the Calvary Tabernacle UPC in Toledo, Illinois. Ours shall not be infringed. George Washington. Okay. I don't see what that has to do with the church, but hold up. I'll let him say his spiel.
Is this forgotten about at Calvary Tabernacle UPC? Well, too late.
I ain't watching this one. Fucking, anyways, the whole point is this Calvary Tabernacle UPC in Toledo, Illinois. If you're watching this fucking podcast at this point, why don't you go on Facebook or wherever the fuck this review shit is, right? And, you know, go put ours shall not be infringed, quote George Washington, and 1-star them, please, because that is fucking hilarious. And it would be hilarious if they had like 100 fucking people on their fucking website with like 1-star reviews because of George Washington or like Benjamin, like put whoever the fuck you want. Make it make no sense because that is fucking hilarious. Everyone go to that fucking website and do it. Anyways, this has been the 31st episode of the Bull Session Podcast. It's been your host, PlutoCoffins. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share all my videos, and do all that stupid shit. I'll see you guys in the next one.